how does eating sugar in high quantity in a short span of time impact the GI health of or gut health of children?
Yeah, so I think we can think about it in two ways, and I might be going ahead a little bit in some of where you want to go with this for like longer term impact. But when I think about sugar and I think about Halloween, and I have two children, the way that I manage Halloween and candy and all that stuff being sort of ubiquitous, like there can be an immediate impact on the gut. You could get a little diarrhea, you can get a tummy ache, right? But when it
Mhm,
comes to real like microbiome implications, what we're really talking about is precision nutrition, which is an up and coming field. We were hearing about it at DDW this year. That's that big gut health conference where we hear all of the new exciting research in gut health. And obviously, the microbiota is a very, very interesting topic and one that is
mhm,
being, increasingly researched. At this point, there really are no strong clinical dietary guidelines around what we can do with sugar specifically to
mhm,
change gut outcomes. What we do know, and we know this pretty strongly, and we know this from epidemiological studies, is that a
mhm,
diet really high in plants and plant diversity does tend to be beneficial to our
mhm,
guts
mhm,
and probably increases the diversity of the gut microbiota, right? That exists for us. Um, One thing I do wanna make, a point I wanna make, because this is
mhm,
the psychology in me, can't help but mention this, because I think it is really the bigger point. When I think about Halloween and I hear people talking about, the rules in their house, I hear, people at pickup for my kids, "Oh, we get one piece after," and, everyone has their own strategies of ways to manage it. I just want to highlight the relationship that we have with food and sort
mhm,
of the what we're doing for kiddos when we introduce them to certain aspects of food and certain ways of eating and thinking about food, right? So I was thinking about, some of the therapeutic techniques I use in ways that I describe this, and I was thinking of sharing with you one of my favorites, which is imagine that you have a red and a blue crayon, right?
mhm,
You're pick an age, you're 5. And you have a red and a blue crayon and you want to color. And I say, you can color with the blue crayon all you want. You can color
mhm,
with it anywhere. You can color with it all the time.
mhm.
This red crayon, you may color with this red crayon 1 minute a day. And it
Mhm,
must be on this special paper.
mhm.
And what is it, right? Which crayon is more special? If you
Right.
were going to assign a value to it,
Right.
inherent, like even our adult brains that know it's a blue crayon and a red crayon. What we're implying that it's a treat. We're implying that it's special. So what I actually see, and what I worry about is, well, I know that a really, diverse diet that's rich in plants is really helpful for the gut microbiome. I know
Mhm,
it's really helpful for long-term health and a lot of other things, and even just bowel
mhm.
regularity, right?
Right. Mhm,
We're doing is I think we are hurting the relationship with some of these other foods. If we say you have to eat your broccoli and
mhm.
then you have a piece of Snickers from the container, poor broccoli. Like broccoli that it really gives the impression there's something wrong with broccoli, right? I was
Right.
texting my husband about dinner the other night. He made like an orzo pasta dish that had lemon and it had broccoli and whatever. And he said, "Oh well, my younger son picked out the broccoli." And I
Mhm,
knew what he meant was he picked it out to eat it because it's one of
mhm.
his favorite foods,
Right.
right? So but we never told him broccoli is a good food, right? We
Mhm,
never told him the pasta was bad and the broccoli was good. He just likes roasted broccoli with some lemon on it, right? Like, there was never that sort of mental shift, so I get more nervous of potential to hide and
mhm,
binge on those types of really highly palatable foods later
mhm,
on because we created this dynamic for our kids. This is a really special sometimes food, and this is an okay food that you should or a great food you should be having all the time.
mhm.
And I wish we were rational beings. We could be like, but we're not, right? It doesn't telling us that something is bad for us really doesn't decrease our consumption of it. If it
Mhm.
did, this would not even be a conversation. So,
Right.
I think really keeping diversity in the diet and
Mhm,
making sure that we're not creating this moralistic thinking around food where
mhm,
candy is bad, but, fruits and veggies are good. We see this in like Weight Watchers, like there's 0 points for fruits and vegetables. 0 points. It's got antioxidants. It's got all of these beautiful things, and we're reducing it to be
mhm.
0, right?
Right.
So I think it's a reductive way of thinking, and it kind of puts all of those beautiful plant foods that can taste delicious. It's sort of undercuts them in a way.